Brian in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Hey, Brian, what's on your mind?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good.
I heard stories of on some channels they say the cameras are $25. Some channels they say they're $800. I don't understand that. But what I'm wondering is, those cameras, can they be deleted or manipulated in any way?
Easily, and frequently are. You're talking about the body cameras that the police wear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What good are they if they can manipulate them? I don't understand that.
Well, and for that reason, I believe it was California, one of the states just introduced into their legislature a kind of standards for body cameras for cops throughout the state, statewide standards law that says that when that police must preserve the videotape, they must not, they can't watch it before they, write up an incident report. So they have to write it up the way that they intended to write it up, and then let the chips fall where they may as a consequence of the video. And that that they have to turn on their cameras anytime they're involved in any interactions with the public. The problem, Brian, or there's a couple of problems associated with this. One is that there's a certain level of assumed. Brian, thanks a lot for the call. I'm going to just go off on a rant here. There's a certain amount of assumed privacy that even police are entitled to when on the job. Right? I mean, it's a job. And so if two cops are driving down the street and they happen to be discussing, the fight one had with his wife the night before, or, the other one's, how her pregnancy is doing, or whatever it may be. I mean, cops are having one of these very personal conversations. They have a right to have that conversation in the workplace when they're not doing our business, when they're just driving around or whatever. But if they're interacting with the public, we have a right to see that interaction. And so, how do you make sure that cops actually turn on the body cameras? I mean, there's some technological solutions possibly for this, like one that had been suggested was do it like the key fob things for your cars. Where if you're within 10 feet of the car or 30 feet of the car, you can push the button and it'll unlock your car. But if you're too far away, it doesn't matter. So the car notices you, it detects you. So you could do the reverse of that and basically have the police car be like a key fob. The police car has recording equipment in it, with the dashboard camera and everything. And it picks up the sounds of what's going on inside the car. You could have that system, for example, sending a signal to the camera that the officers wear, turns that camera off. And that when the officer gets more than 3 feet away from the car, the camera automatically gets turned on. And hey, if the officer is going to go into the bar or when he's on duty, into a restaurant or a donut shop or whatever, into a venue that is not, back to personal time, right? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take 15 minutes and have a sandwich or something. Then they can manually turn it off. They can manually override that, but there's a record of all of it. So, it's kind of a brave new world with regard to all this stuff, and we're slowly figuring it out.